What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video, and welcome back to Vic Drives. This week, we're going to be trying something a little bit different, although I guess technically every week we've been trying something a little bit different. So I have a couple issues on the Merc that I've been trying to iron out for the past few months. But I figured I'd take you guys along while I attempt to fix this one. But before we get into this, I figured maybe I'd give you a little bit of a backstory. So, story time. Okay, so the majority of our story takes place right about here. I know I'm wearing a different shirt. This was recorded on a different day, but this is my street, all the way down there to right about over there. And where I'm standing right now is what I like to call Tokyo Drift Corner. And in the wintertime, Tokyo Drift Corner here can be somewhat slippery. And if you're not super careful, you can do what I did. So I was cruising along at probably not even like 15-20 miles an hour. But it was actually really cold that day, and I didn't realize. So I came out to right about over here, turned the wheel slightly to the left, missed this mailbox by the tiniest bit, and then turned completely 90 degrees, went probably like halfway through the grass right over here, completely sideways. And then by the time I was able to correct myself, I had probably not a lot of space between myself and this mailbox post right here. I probably got straight right around here and then took this mailbox clean out. Oh, shit! Now, some of you eagle-eyed viewers out there might have noticed this extremely rare and collectible Craftsman tractor. If this video gets to 10 likes, then I'll do a review of this tractor. And that brings us to present day, where I'm assuming the problem is coming from this right here being loose. Now this is a plastic piece that stretches all the way across the car. And you can see on this side, can't show you too much because my VIN number is right there, but there's a little plastic piece here that has fallen off and flaps around a little bit. There's another piece that kind of chills in between here. So I've tried this a couple times before. I've gotten everything off. You have to take the wiper arms off, and there's a load of other stuff in there. But every time I miss by like the tiniest little bit, and the noise is considerably less than it was when it first started being an issue, but it's not gone, which means I haven't fixed it. So this is attempt number 3 actually, and there's no guarantee that I'm getting it done this time either, but I figured you guys could come along for the ride. So first thing we're gonna want are some tools. Now that back there is my workbench, but that's been commandeered to hold all sorts of groceries and stuff while my mom wipes everything down with Clorox wipes. So I am using this tiny chair. Just holding my socket set, and then on the ground I have a pair of pliers and a hammer, because most versatile tool in the toolkit. So let's get right into it. Now you'll see here that the first thing that I do is try to tighten the wiper arm down, because I'm an idiot.
Whenever I'm about to do something, I think, would an idiot do that? And if they would, I'd do that thing.
And haven't held a wrench in like 6 months. But after I figured that out, I got the nuts that hold them down off pretty easily. And then the only thing left to do was take them off. Now, the posts that hold these wiper arms down are rusted, or tend to rust a little bit. So I used a wrench and a hammer to pull the first one off, and the second one came off pretty easily. And then we're moving on. So probably my favorite thing about this car, well, that's a bit of an overstatement, but one of my favorite things about this car is you don't open the hood the same way that you normally would on any other car. Like, you don't come down to where it opens and try to find a latch. Mercedes very cleverly hid the latch in the emblem, so you pull that and the entire thing just lifts up. How awesome is that? Alright, now there's a little rubber weather stripping and then a bunch of clips underneath it. So I'm gonna get to work taking those off and put you guys back on the tri-stand, or tripod. Tri-stand? What the hell is a tri-stand? And now this is probably the most time-consuming part of this entire job. So there's a rubber piece of weather stripping, essentially, that stretches across the entire car. And then the metal clips that are behind it kind of dig into it a little bit, so I had to kind of finesse those out. And then pretty much just grabbed a pair of pliers and started getting at the 5 clips that stretch across to hold that plastic piece down. And of course, me being me, I launched one. So after I recovered that clip, I went through and started taking off the rest of the clips. I believe there's supposed to be 6 in here, but I only had 5, so I just took those 5 off. This is a clip, or I tried showing it, but it kind of didn't come in too clear. Camera's autofocus is just all over the place. And then this last clip just didn't want to come off, so I tried it from a few different angles, tried a lot of different things. It shouldn't be on there that hard. I'm not entirely sure what caused that. But, you know, gave me a little bit of trouble, but eventually got it. And of course, me being me again, I launched another one.
Another one.
Alright, so that's everything so far. Obviously, this leaf did not come off the car. So we got the 2 wiper blades, the nuts, and the caps for them. You got the weather stripping. This damn thing won't stay. You got the weather stripping, and then the 5 clips, I guess, that held it in place. So now, I think all that's left to do is try to get this thing off. I'm gonna put you guys back down for that. Alright, so moment of truth here. I initially wanted to remove that entire plastic trim piece and see if maybe something was broken or if air was passing through somewhere it shouldn't be. But then I noticed that there was a little bit of a gap on the seal with the windshield. So I figured that I would just, you know, fix it there, or, you know, readjust it there and see if that fixed the problem. So I pretty much just focused on the left side of the screen or right side of the car to see if I could get it to sit in. And I was able to adjust a few things, so I'm assuming that helped, but I'll talk about that more in person. All right, so I'm pretty sure that's gonna probably come across the camera as if I did basically nothing, because I didn't actually have to take the entire piece off. What I ended up finding was there are a bunch of clips that go along the bottom here to pretty much seat this piece into. So the way that this piece sits is it slides in from the top, and there are a few, I guess, pockets. There's 3 of them, one right here, one right there, and one right over there. And that piece kind of slots into those and then clips down into a bunch of other pockets that are along the bottom. And so it pretty much seems like I just had to take this piece up a little bit and then kind of finesse it into that pocket. It wasn't in all the way, and then kind of just pat it back down. And I'm hoping that fixes it, but then again, that's kind of along the lines of what I've done the last 3 times that I've tried fixing this. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to put it back together, and then we'll go out for a spin and see if I fixed the issue. And if we didn't, then maybe there's a part 2 to this video coming out sometime in the future. Now you'll see here that I put gloves on for the reassembly, and the main reason for that is I've hurt myself while reassembling things on this car in the past, and didn't really want to take any chances with these clips and getting my fingers stuck under that trim piece. So I figured better safe than sorry and just tossed a pair on. So these clips were a little bit difficult to get back in. They are shaped really weird, so you had to kind of slide them onto the trim piece before pressing them into the slot and hooking them on that piece of metal. And again, there are supposed to be 6 of them, but I only have 5, and I'm not entirely sure where that 6th one went. But so I got those in, tossed the weather stripping on, and then just double checked the seal and the plastic piece to make sure that it wasn't moving around or didn't have too much play in it. And then went to reassembling the wiper arms. Now, the pin that the wiper arms sit on doesn't have any anti-seize or anything on it, which I found kind of weird considering that they spend a lot of time out in the elements, but they didn't have a covering or a coating on them from the factory, so I didn't want to put anything on either, and so I just kind of rolled with it and went from there. So this is post video Vic here, and I was putting my tools away and realized that I just went on my drive to check if our fix worked or not, and realized I left this in the engine bay. Great. Alright, so I find that I most of the time hear the sound when I'm doing about 30 or 40 miles an hour, and it's generally coming from the lower right hand corner of the car. So we're just gonna drive around for a little bit and I'm gonna see if I hear it. And if I do, then part 2 coming to a YouTube channel near you, and if I don't, then we're good. I feel like I kind of hear something there. Might have to go a little bit faster, but yeah, I hear it. Let's see if I can pick it up on the camera here. Got that? So the good news is that's considerably less loud than it normally is. Bad news is it's still there. So my best guess is that it was probably one of the plastic pieces or something that fell off of that piece, either when the guy that was changing the windshield came around and tried it, or something to that effect. Maybe it was something that fell off due to the incident. But yeah, as of right now, it's fine at 35 miles an hour. Don't really hear anything. So if it's going to be an issue at higher speeds, then I can probably drown it out with my music. And so I'd say overall, somewhat of a success, a half success maybe. But yeah, that's all we have for today. Maybe I'll fix the AC the next time so I don't have to be sweating on the video. But guys, if you enjoyed the video, then definitely be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.